Throughout the diplomatic reception rooms, you can now see the results of what public interest has done to change the rooms and build a great American collection. For example, the John Quincy Adams State Drawing Room was originally a room with a 72-foot-long wall of glass and steel, wall-to-wall carpeting on concrete floors, and ugly acoustical ceilings. Today it has been transformed into a great Philadelphia drawing room of the period of the Continental Congress. Next to it is the Thomas Jefferson State Reception Room, which originally had dark green marble walls that went black at night. It had about as much charm as a mortuary. The room is now completely changed. Edward Jones designed the room as a room which Jefferson himself might have designed. Our greatest challenge and the largest room was the Benjamin Franklin State Dining Room, with 2 exterior walls 102 feet long and with floor-to-ceiling glass and steel. It has been transformed into a spectacular room, perhaps the most spectacular room in the Western Hemisphere, and probably the most extravagant. Originally, the James Monroe Reception Room was a very unattractive modern room with steel columns holding up the roof and brown panel walls like the offices down below. Now it has been transformed by architect Walter Macomber into a superb early 19th century American room. Adjoining is the James Madison State Dining Room. Originally, it also had brown panel walls like the offices down below. Walter Macomber has transformed this into a beautiful early 19th century American room, which is used by the Secretary of State for working breakfasts and luncheons almost every day that he is in Washington. Perhaps the most dramatic architectural change was in the elevator hall, which was originally stainless steel and marble. It has now been transformed into an elegant early 18th century paneled American interior modeled after the drawing room at Marmion, a great house in Virginia of the 18th century. Originally, the ladies' lounge was an uninspiring modern room with airport lounge furnishings of vivid electric colors. But now it's been transformed into a magnificent 18th century interior with some of the finest American Queen Anne furnishings. Another dramatic change occurred in the Secretary of State's office. It has been changed from all brown paneling, looking very much like any business executive office, into one of the most beautiful offices in Washington. The entrance lounges leading to the offices of the Secretary and the Deputy Secretary of State originally also looked like airport lounges. Now, after the architectural transformation, the elliptical interior of the Treaty Room is considered one of the most striking rooms in Washington. Now that the rooms have been so handsomely transformed through a series of architectural improvements, they can serve as a proper setting for the conduct of American diplomacy and official entertainment at the highest level.